So yeah, you either run to God, or you run to the devil, or you run to yourself. And if you run to yourself, you're not going to make it. So you're going to have to yoke up with the devil's crowd. And the devil's crowd is the hive mind. And you got to do what they tell you. Like Zeph Daniel said on one of his recent ones, he said, but if God is calling you, even if you tried to join up with the hive, they know you're not one of them. They know you're not a part of it. It's been on you your whole life. And he also said, God protects his own. Even when you're a child, you don't even know he's pulling you. You don't even know that God is pulling you, protecting you from these people. It's like God has a hidden hand, right? God has a hidden hand, and he's protecting you from the hive mind, from the devil, from the demons. There are situations where you make the choice that rise up, and God is saying, would you choose this way or you choose that way? And this is before you get saved. You know what's right and wrong, and they see that you choose the right instead of the wrong. They see that you know what's right, and they don't care if they do wrong, and they see you, and they say, oh, he's different. They're different. They're going to choose the right path no matter what. But that doesn't mean we don't. That's the way they see it. In the long run, you're going to choose what's right. God is going to spank you and scourge you and direct you and guide you and chastise you and everything he can if he's calling you, because this is in Hebrews 12. He scourges every son he receives, right? God is going to scourge you till you can't take it anymore, and you cry out and say, Lord, I'm sorry, or whatever. I'm changing my path. A lot of times you marry into these kind who are religious but lost, and you start to see that this world really exists, and they talk the same talk. They put on the fake smile. They put on the painted face. They put on the fake reality. They put on the people pleasing, They say the right things, and they hang out with the right people. And the ones with the money, they really people please those. If they got somebody around that's got a lot of money, they gravitate toward that kind. And when you wake up that you're married to one of those, and you say, I can't be around these people. These people are fake. And they look at you like, what do you mean? I said what I mean. I ain't being around those people. They're fake. They're fake. They're not even real. They're plastic people, plastic faces. Why would I want to hang out with the fake people? It's not fun. Don't you want to go to the mountains? Don't you want to go to this nice house? Don't you want to go? No. Because it's why? Okay, so yeah, all right. So I might see a nice house. I might see there might be a jacuzzi there. There might be some nice air conditioning to chill in, some kind of swing to swing on. But I have to put up with fake? I don't think so. I have to put up with fake? I do that. I punch the clock 8 hours a day dealing with it. Why would I want to do it on my vacation? Why would I do it on my off time? Why would I have to put up with fake on my off time? I punch the clock 40 hours a week. That's my fake time. And even the ideal situation is find you a career that you're good at, that you don't have to be fake. It's just who you are, And they don't understand that. When you do find something like that, and the people around you are still the fake, and they see you just enjoying your job, enjoying your work, they don't understand it. You like what you do. They don't understand that how can you be real? You're not playing the fake. Not only my whole life was I seeking the truth, but I was also looking for a non-fake situation. The fakers they always got on my nerves. I couldn't I didn't have the terminology back then. And I didn't have anybody around talking about it. But there's people out there that will never talk about it. But they see they understand what we're saying. Why would I want to hang out with the fake people? I mean, they're fake. They're not even real. Everything they say is just like it's not a new thought. They just say what they heard from their neighbor or something. It's like I heard somebody say one time, something platitude. They're just saying what they've heard the news guy on the news say, or the neighbor say, or the coworker. They're just saying what they heard. That's all. And we all do it to a degree because we're learning, but eventually you'll get to a point where you can think for yourself, I would hope. You could come to your own conclusions. If you get enough data points, like somebody told me today at work, she says, when I was in this situation, you know how you got, you're listening to a song, you don't really know what it means, and then when you wake up, you understand the words and the meaning. I said, exactly. She said, that's how it was with that job I was at. I didn't really know what I was doing. And then one day I woke up and I realized the big picture, If you're listening to music right now, and usually these kind of people will not listen to me, they wouldn't have made it this far. But if you have made it this far and you're listening to a song and you don't know what the lyrics mean, that means you're asleep. You haven't woke up yet. If you're listening to a song and you just like the beat, but you don't know what the lyrics actually mean, that means you're still asleep. You need to wake up. You're asleep. You're a zombie. If you're doing a job and you don't really understand why you have to do what you do, you're probably still asleep. If you don't understand the big picture, you're asleep. If you're just going about the routine and you're going to church, here's a church over here, it's a liberal one. If you're going to church and you're just going through a routine and you don't know why you're going to church, you're still asleep. If you're celebrating the holidays, but you don't know why you're celebrating the holidays, you're just following you're still asleep. You're just following something somebody else told you had to do, and you don't even know why you're doing it. See that right there? It says Young Life. I remember somebody says, let's go to Young Life. So I went to Young Life a couple times. I didn't know what it was. Most of the time, the reason you're asleep is because you got family that kind of isolates you from people who are awake, because they don't want you to wake up, because they want you to be their flying monkey, their fake reality. If you're driving your car and you don't know why you're driving your car, you're still asleep. There's people that don't know why they're driving. They might give you an answer, why are you driving your car? Because I don't want to walk. Why don't you want to walk? Do you have a job? Do you know how to change the oil? Do you know how to check the oil? Do you know how to check the air in your tire? Do you know how to look at the lights? Do you know how to pay attention to the dashboard? You're just driving, but you don't know why you're driving. You don't know how it works. You don't know how anything works. You're still asleep. All I know is I get in, I turn the ignition. You're still asleep. How's it work? If you had a horse and buggy, you would know how that horse worked. You know how the buggy worked. If you don't know how the horse and buggy works, why is it any different than the car? How do the shingles work? I don't know. You're still asleep. You live in a house, but you don't know how the shingles work. You've been in a house 30, 40 years, and you don't understand the significance of a shingle. You're going to go buy a house with a roof that's angled like this, and maybe a 2-story roof, and you're not thinking about how, well, wait a minute, what if there's a leak and I got to get on that roof? You're still asleep. You want to buy a business, and you see a business right there with a flat roof, and you say, I'm going to buy that business, but you don't know how the flat roof works, the expenses and all that. You're still asleep. You buy a lawnmower, and you don't know how to fix it and do all that. You're still asleep. Still asleep. And that's what they want you to stay asleep. That's why when you watch medical stuff like Dr. Berg's teachings and Dr. Ekberg, I think Dr. Ekberg's a real doctor. Dr. Berg's just a chiropractor, but he does know a lot. But you listen to Dr. Berg, they don't want you to listen to that. They don't want you to know that sugar kills you. They don't want you to know that sugar makes you weak. You're still asleep. If you're not studying the medical, how to heal yourself and paying attention to how your body, you're still asleep. And it's a spectrum. I mean, we all are. There's areas. Look, it's all about waking up till we get to heaven. You know, we still have some areas that we need to work on. But I'm talking about most people are just. Here's the ultimate test. So you get up out of bed. You run here and you run here and you run here and you run here, and you never stopped long enough to think about, why am I doing this? You create this routine and this pattern, but you never think, well, why am I doing this? Why am I thinking this? Why am I saying this? Why am I acting this? Why am I responding this way? Because you're still asleep. If you can't control what you respond to, you're still asleep. Yeah, I know the devil will try to provoke you. And I know the devil really can do a serious drama game on you. But I'm talking about, for the most part, on a regular basis. Why do you respond to people a certain way? Why do you think this such and such thing is funny? If you've seen it 1,000 times, why is it still funny? If you've seen a Instagram post or YouTube post or something where somebody's throwing a basketball into a hoop over there 100 yards away or 100 feet away, you've seen that 1,000 times. Why is it still interesting? You know it's awesome. You know they had the camera and they tried it. They tried it 200 times before it hit. You know, you watch the movies, the same movies over and over, and you realize all love stories are the same. You realize all scary movies are the same. They're all the same, and you're still watching them. You're still asleep. You already know what's going to happen. Look, when you watch The Flash, oh no, it's the end of the world. Oh, we made it. You watch Superman. Oh no, it's the end of the world. Oh, we read it. You watch any show, it's coming to an end, but then they got rescued. What is that? That's the sine wave. The sine wave. You might as well be like them birds up there running on a program. You're watching this TV series, which you've already seen 1,000 times before in other series. It's the same script even sometimes. They might have something new, but it's not really new. It's just new to you. You're still asleep. Do those birds think about why they're up there looking for seeds or whatever? They're looking for food, and they go up there and then they sit for a minute and they fly back down, and then they fight each other, and then do they even know why they're doing that? No, they don't know. It's a program. Are you running on a program of the world, the flesh, and the pride of life? Are you running on a program of your denomination, your culture, your bloodline? Are you running on a program? Or are you an independent thinker? Are you running on a program because some musician played this song? I mean, didn't you wake up when Poppy wanted to start her own church? Didn't you wake up? Didn't that wake you up? Did you not wake up when all the rock and roll stars started having long hair and doing drugs and acting crazy and and they started to try to look like each other? Did you wake up when when all the rap music started talking about shooting people and killing people? Didn't you wake up that it's a program to program you? Did you not wake up that this is all programming? Are you not as a human, are you not better than these birds that are running on a program? Or some cat going down the street, or some dog, or some bee? Look, do you think this bee, there's a little bumblebee right here somewhere. Do you think that bumblebee knows why it's doing what it does? When you look at the bumblebee, it's just running on a program. It goes to this bush, it goes over here, tries to protect its domain. Another bumblebee shows up and they fight for the domain, and then they calm down and day starts over, and it's the same stuff. They do the same thing. They've been doing it since you were a child. The bumblebees act the same. The birds act the same. They have not woken up. Have you not are you still thinking the same way you did when you were 20? You're still asleep and you don't even know it. That's the whole purpose of me doing these videos. There's a squirrel over on that limb, right? And there's another one behind him. If I look over there, that squirrel over there is going to be doing the same thing those squirrels are doing. Do you not know that you're just like the squirrel until you become self-aware? Your words, your thoughts, everything that you're doing, are you not awake? And if you marry one of these who's just running on a people-pleasing program, or a outward show program, or a religious program, or look at me program, you look at these people running on these programs and you think, why don't they wake up? And they've been this way their whole life. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. They never escape the program. They never become self-aware. They stay like the squirrel or the bird or the bumblebee, and they don't even know why they're doing what they do. Not even the society that they're in, the street they live on, they don't even know why they're doing what they do. Because somebody else did it, they're doing it. This is real, people, and it's a tough pill to swallow. And we all have to do this continually, because you could fall into a program without even knowing it. And some things only come out by prayer and fasting. And so the reason you have people interacting is to break that program, to wake you up. And if you get mad at somebody who's trying to wake you up, why are you mad? They're just trying to snap you out of your delusions of grandeur.